time that the mines run out.
If you look at it very, very nicely with your open mind, you can see that people are not going. See, we are not going to have thugs anymore. We are not going to have thieves anymore. We are not going to have loafers anymore. We are not going to have uneducated anymore. I think the world will be a marvel to live in by the time. See what I mean?
This whole plan of 2040, actually, it spices up what Nelson Mandela had started. Most of us, when he came out from jail, we couldn't understand actually what his plan was all about. We thought that when Mandela was coming out of prison, the wise will go back to where they came from. But then he came up with another plan that no one ever suspected. Forgiveness. That was the biggest name, the biggest mouthful that he mentioned. We should forgive each other. That's how we'll start to move and see things in a different way.
The things that Mandela opened up in terms of not giving in to the forces of evil, if you will, and saying we are going to create a great civil society, has opened up this possibility of transformation in the country. And I think this work flourishes in that environment because it isn't faced with huge societal sort of resistance. There's actually almost a readiness, and that's extremely encouraging to me.
Coming to this whole thing of landmark, I guess it's not about how educated you are, how good an English speaker you can be, but it helps us to express. The community which was out there, because there was this wall between Lonmin and the community. Lonmin was there, Brad Mills, we didn't even know him. We just heard that there's this CEO from Lonmin, but we never even met him, hear anything from him.
I really saw that there was still a very, very serious need to confront racism inside of the organization. And despite sort of all of the dialogue around racism in South Africa, that at a personal level it was still very, very real for many people. And we, on the fly, Steve and I went outside after that and talked about, is there something that we can do that to shift the process a little bit, include something that would actually have people at a personal level and an organizational level really confront their own personal feelings around racism and around people and do that in a powerful way. And we invented right there in that moment a process that turned out, I think, ultimately to be extremely effective, which was we teamed up all of the blacks and whites in a room and had a 2-minute silent interview between the two people at close range, and then a sharing of acknowledgments of what was there for them. And by all accounts, in terms of the people that took that on, it actually shifted quite a lot. And some of the evidence about that was we know in the community program that we've just completed that process continued, and there was in the process of people getting complete with each other that I think opened things up that now are starting to be shared.
We, the people, we had zero. We never thought that one day we'll be having a chat face-to-face with him. I'll be able to confront him saying whatever I feel.
There's a very touching moment where people are willing to give you trust despite their personal experience of having been badly let down, betrayed, however you want to think about that, for many, many years. And in this process say, okay, we'll trust you that you will help us go forward with that. And it touched me very personally because obviously it's an accountability that I have as a leader of this process, but it's also an incredible generosity on their part to be willing to engage.
Landsway 2040. What is the key component that will make Landsway work? It's not about receiving, it's about giving.